Good evening. Life is to be lived, not controlled, and humanity is won by continuing to play in face of certain defeat. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Bahrain participated in 32nd session of UN Commission on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice. Cyberspace Child Protection Unit, one member of International Task Force. Abu Dhabi launched first all-electric waste collection lorry. Travelers to UK face long waits amid system problem affected electronic gates. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated new parliament building as part of New Delhi's makeover. News in detail. Bahrain participated in 32nd session of UN Commission on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice. The Director General of Criminal Investigation and Forensic Science, Brigadier Abdulaziz Al-Rumaihi, has led Bahrain's delegation to the 32nd session of the United Nations Commission on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice, held here on May 19th to 27th. Addressing the session, he conveyed the greetings of Interior Minister General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa to the participants and his best wishes for the event's success. He highlighted that the participation showcased Bahrain's dedication to promote international security cooperation. He reviewed the kingdom's crime prevention and criminal justice achievements, including implementing alternative sanctions and measures law in 2018 as a project to promote criminal justice and human rights, along with the open prison programs. National Communication Center Equal Opportunities Committee held meeting in the presence of Chief Executive of the National Communication Center, Yusuf Al-Bin Khalil. The Center's Equal Opportunities Committee held its second meeting for this year to discuss its strategy for the 2 years 2023-2024. The committee is chaired by Digital Information Director Sahir Ibrahim Al-Hashami. Al-Bin Khalil stressed the significance to continue promoting women's advancement and integrating their needs into the NCC's action plan in order to boost their contribution as an essential partner in the comprehensive development process. The meeting shed light on the committee's work in 2023-2024 and the women-oriented projects in the public sector. A detailed account was also given on the performance indices and the progress of the main initiatives and programs approved by the committee in its first meeting. The next action plan was also discussed. Cyberspace Child Protection Unit, one member of International Task Force. The Cyberspace Child Protection Unit has obtained membership in the International Task Force on Violent Crimes Against Children of the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation. The unit is affiliated with the General Directorate of Anti-Corruption and Economic and Electronic Security and the Ministry of Interior. Head of Unit Fawaz Muhammad Ali took part in a special training program for the concerned team, which was organized by the FBI over a period of 14 days in Maryland, Washington State. Anti-Corruption and Economic and Electronic Security Director General Brigadier Bassir Muhammad Al-Maraj commended the head of the unit who obtained the membership in the International Task Force. He attributed the achievement to the directives of the Minister of Interior, General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, to benefit from regional and international expertise to promote child protection against cyber crimes. The Ministry of Interior has launched a strategy aimed at honing its employees' performance skills to carry out their duties at the highest level of professionalism. Bahrain's sustainable development achievements emphasized. Noor bint Ali Al Khulaif, the Minister of Sustainable Development, reaffirmed the Kingdom of Bahrain's commitment to the UN's 2030 agenda and to the Sustainable Development Goals as the Kingdom submitted the main messages of its second voluntary national review of the progress made in implementing the goals, ahead of the report's presentation during the high-level political forum on sustainable development in July 2023. The main messages stress the Kingdom's institutional alignment with the SDGs under the leadership of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the support of His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, guided by the Constitution, National Action Charter and the Economic Vision 2030, which identified sustainability as one of its guiding principles. Now we will be back after a very short break. 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination. Welcome back. Saudi astronauts' rain and health space experiments pave way for human colony on Mars. Saudi astronauts Raina Barnawi and Ali Al-Karni have started their scientific mission AX-2 on board the International Space Station. They will conduct experiments which could lead to a future human colony on Mars or the Moon. Barnawi and Al-Karni will make the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's history in space and science research by undertaking 14 pioneering experiments in microgravity, out of which 3 will be dedicated to educational and motivational purposes, with the participation of 12,000 Saudi students in 47 different locations across the kingdom in real time via satellites. This is an epic movement aimed at preparing future astronauts and engineers through quality education and training programs and participation in scientific experiments, international research and future space-related missions, all of which will contribute to service humanity in achieving the goals of Saudi Vision 2030. Abu Dhabi launched first all-electric waste collection lorry. Abu Dhabi has unveiled its first all-electric waste collection lorry to help boost UAE's drive towards a net-zero future. Abu Dhabi Waste Management, better known as Tadweer, has teamed up with Renault Trucks Middle East and Al Mazaud Group to launch the eco-friendly vehicle. It will be operated by Tadweer to collect household waste in the Emirate. The heavy vehicle will undergo testing to gauge its performance when exposed to the UAE's searing summer heat and to ensure sufficient charging stations available along its route. Travelers to UK face long waits amid system problem affected electronic gates. Travelers arriving in the UK faced hours-long delays Saturday after a technical problem shut electronic border gates at airports across the country, forcing everyone to have their passports checked manually on what was expected to be one of the busiest travel weekends of the year. The Home Office, the government agency responsible for immigration and borders, said it was working to correct a nationwide border system issue. Associated Press reported Airport operators asked for patience and apologized for the delays as frustrated travelers took to social media to post photos of long lines at airports, including Manchester in the north of England and London Heathrow, Europe's busiest airport. Travel is expected to be especially busy over the next few days as a 3-day weekend coincides with the start of a week-long holiday for most schools in Britain. Turkey voted in runoff election. Turks began voting on Sunday in a presidential runoff that could see Tayyip Erdogan extend his rule into a third decade. Erdogan defied opinion polls and came out ahead with an almost 5-point lead over Kemal in the first round on May 14th, but he fell just short of the 50% needed to avoid a runoff. Voting started at 8 a.m. and finished at 5 p.m. The outcome was expected to start becoming clear by early evening, Reuters reported. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated new parliament building as part of New Delhi's Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated India's new parliament building on Sunday, a modern complex which is part of his government's grand plan to give a makeover to the British colonial-era architecture in the nation's capital. In his maiden speech in the new parliament building on Sunday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, India's new seat of power will usher in development not just of the nation but also that of the whole world. The new Parliament House signified that India was shedding its colonial mindset and was on course to become truly self-reliant. The new Parliament building will be a witness to the journey towards a developed India, he said in the new Lok Sabha. After performing puja, the Prime Minister installed the sacred Sankal in the Lok Sabha chamber near the Speaker's chair. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled a commemorative stamp and a ₹75 coin during the inauguration of the new Parliament building today. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.